Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we're talking about Aston Villa against Arsenal. I use my over 20 plus years of coaching experience to give you some insight into what might be going on in the game that some idiots on TV aren't going to be talking about. Now, to be honest, Aston Villa are kind of surprising everyone. A couple of people did call it last year. I was not one of them. But I did call that Arsenal were going to have a huge blip around Christmas and January. You can check out one of my old videos at the start of the season. I said that if they don't win the Prem, that'll be the reason why they start to falter around Christmas time just after. It's exactly what I was saying in that video then. But as you can see right now, Villa are on the attack. We're looking at this. There's only one goal in the game. I might cover the handball a little bit, but not too much. So let's just look at this as we move this forward. As the ball transitions here into midfield, you can see that there's a kind of little bit of disconnect. But here's Declan Rice. Look at him. It's very few times when I can say a player is a good player because he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. What he's supposed to be doing is looking around him. Him and John Stones are about the only two players, actually Luke Shaw did the other day, look around to see who's behind them when someone is on the counter-attack or on the transition. And he spotted the player. He sees him there. Everybody else is focused on trying to win the ball back. And you can see they've cut through Arsenal's press and they're getting straight at back four here. All of a sudden, though, one of the smartest ways to get around people is pass the ball, and they've got pace. So he passes the ball into the space and lets the player and the ball do the work. Now we're looking down here at the box. Yeah, I've got to move it on a little bit for further forward because I'm currently in YouTube jail. So the Premier League keep copyright striking my videos, especially. There's actually the ones they do is when I'm talking about the conspiracy theory of VAR making the Super League happen. I've done a whole video on that if you want to go check it out, because I think in the next 5 years that's going to be the reason why. But as we're looking here, we're penetrating into the box and we can see this. It's interesting though. He's asking for the ball. And you can see the gap there, right? Can you see that little gap? It doesn't look like much, but what it really means is there's a disconnect between the players. So that means there is a spot to play the ball into, and he tries to do that. Well, he doesn't. What he does is he dukes the player. Look, he dukes him. He takes him down to the line, takes him down to the side. But this is what I want you to focus on here. Declan Rice has watched this guy run. He's checked him over 2 or 3 times, and now he stops doing and checking the player, and he goes to try to win the ball because he's a midfielder, not a defender. Right, a defender would probably stand there and hold his shape. A midfielder presses to go and win the ball. There's a massive difference in players. If you've got someone who you think is a defender and he keeps running and chasing the ball, he's a midfielder. He's not a defender. If you've got someone who's looking at the space and trying to defend it, that'll be an... Generally, defenders are more responsible people. If you're ever coaching and you want to know who the responsible people are on the team, it'll be all your defenders normally. Right. So as he goes in here and he jukes, he goes for this and everybody faints for it. And look, can you see Rice has left this guy here? He's completely left him. And now all he needs to do is get the ball to his feet. And he's all the time in the world too. Now this touch is fantastic. He holds him there. Great little touch. And he just pivots and shoots it into the goal. Bush. Quality finish. Quality finish. Sometimes you've just got to go, it's a good goal. And they get caught on a transition. Yeah, Declan Rice could have stayed with his man, prevented it and got a little bit tighter there. But other than that, overall, it was just a good goal. And Villa are surprising everyone. But there's not much else to talk about. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.